You want to hear my impression of a bird? Tweet, dang it! Tweet! Welcome back to Dread Canaries Against the Iron Storm. I am Dread Canary. The game is Against the Storm, and we are playing on a custom Iron Man mode, which is basically the base game. It's not in the game itself, but the rules are simple. I will play the tutorial and then every difficulty twice, seeing how high we can get. Season 1 ended on Prestige 2. Season 2 ended on Prestige 4 when I opened 2 Forbidden Glades at the same time. So it is my fault. Now, I have played the tutorial, which counts as 2 games, plus 2 games on Settler, Pioneer, and Veteran, accounting for the 8 games that we have here. And as you can see, we have started 8, we have lost 0, and we have won 8. It's taken us 10 hours. Now, I didn't get as good of a start as I did for Season 2. We've unlocked some stuff. I did make sure to get as much of the housing as I could, but I haven't even unlocked the Harpy house, so we have to hope we don't get Harpies, or this is going to be a bit tough. We're going to need to get a whole lot of food supplies and artifacts, if we can find them, to progress much further. But let's go. Now, I would love it if I got one more follow. That'd be wonderful. According to Twitch, I'm 1 follow away from qualifying for affiliate, which I'm sure wouldn't make me very much money, but it'd be nice to get some. You know, get a bit of a follow. So we are going to go ahead and play next to the Royal Outpost on the new Scarlet Orchard. This is, by the way, the Lighthouse update, which is a cool new Glade event that can happen related to the Fishmen. So as you can see, I had not yet upgraded to Viceroy. We are going to go ahead and I do explicitly say all the time that you want as many people as possible in the early game. This isn't necessarily true at much higher difficulties, but it's true enough for now. So we're going to go ahead and take this 9-pack of lizards. We have 2 points to work with, so I'm going to use those 2 points to actually get some... Let's get some meats. Yeah. And we shall name ourselves something like Eternal Spring, because as they say, hope springs eternal. Let's go. Okay. So, exposed resources. Mines produce 50% more goods during drizzle. That is excellent to know. That could be really, really good. This is, of course, our usual debuff. No contacts. Gaining reputation during the storm doesn't lower impatience. No trouble there. I just won't turn any orders in. And it's hard to get reputation from resolve during the storm anyway. Recipes using metal or ore produce less. That's inconvenient, but it's not that worth worrying about. 50% chance of consuming double food during breaks for complex food. If we don't have complex food. Okay. So, ideally jerky, which is what both lizards and humans like, and we'll see what our third race is. Spreading contamination. Queen's impatience grows faster for every blightrot cyst in your settlement. Well, that is a good reason to eliminate blightrot cysts, so we don't have to deal with them. Of course, we've got the new archaeology features. We're going to change this over to a human. And we are going to get out a woodcutter's camp, and of course, woodcutter's camp. And I believe that I'm going to need it, so I'm also going to get a woodcutter's camp. Go ahead and set up a basic road structure. I plan on replacing it with better roads at some point, but whoa, what is this? Ooh, new art for the reed fields. I like that. That is much better than the old reeds. I very much like that. Okay, but that means we need a harvester's camp here. And we're going to need a scavenger's camp over here. And just to make sure I have it built, we're going to build a stonecutter's camp. And, of course, a crude workstation. I've moved away from saving my early blueprints, because blueprints seem to affect what missions I get, and that's always fun. I'm going to go ahead and take the kiln. For one thing, both human and lizard houses need bricks. And for another thing, coal is ridiculously good. Plus, it makes jerky. Like, it's all around excellent. So with a kiln, I feel like simple tools could be huge, but so could the provisioner. Since we've got the ability to make jerky, the cookhouse doesn't look great. I would love to be able to make biscuits, but that requires flour infrastructure, which I'd rather get the flour, I'd rather get something I could grind into flour first, and then get a building that lets me make flour, and then get that. So I'm not going to focus on it now. Now let me check something about the kiln, because I think... No, it does not make copper bars. Okay, which means the smithy may or may not be useful. And that leads me to think I should get a provisioner here. And there it is. Let's go ahead and grab that smelter. Upgrade ourselves to speed 3, and away we go. Okay, so we're gonna lizard, 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 and we're gonna say, hey, we want avoid glades except marked, and I'm gonna propagate that through all the woodcutters' camps, so it should automatically carry through to these other two, which is pretty great. I'm gonna go ahead and just put a ton of lizards on wood gathering. Oop, forgot to do this. Very important to do that. So I just have one lizard running around building stuff. Oh, and let's grab reinforced axes right off the bat so we can chop wood very, very quickly. Okay, 2 glade events and 3 building materials will get us jerky, people, and some parts. That's pretty solid. Selling stuff gets us some part, tools, and the wildfire essence. That's not bad, but I think I'm actually going to go with metal veins here, because there's metal in the trees, so I'm pretty much automatically guaranteed to get it. It will give me tools. I already have a big batch of people, so I don't necessarily need 4. And increasing copper bars production is just good. Like, flat bonuses to production are really, really ridiculously excellent. Okay, get lizards happy. It'll give lizards meat and parts. That's pretty solid. Get 5 parts, and that'll give us 10 of each building material. That's easy. I think that's easy to do. Yeah, because this gives us parts. So if we get this and we turn it in, we can immediately turn around and get this for free. I love free. That's great. And then make people happy to get more people and some wheat that I'm not confident I'm going to use. Parts are solid, but I think I'm going to go with funding the expedition here, just because being able to chain it straight out of this is just so good for a boost. And then, okay, so getting more tools plus some people and some planks isn't awesome. I think I'd rather get this to definitely be able to make another hearth, but I don't know if I need to. Honestly, I'm going to go with clearing glades here. I'm going to go with clearing glades here, and I can't really justify why, because these are all about equal, but the other two didn't have any people, so at this point I kind of want a people. Because more people can do more jobs, and there's a certain point where you do want people to do jobs. And my one lizard builder is going to get kept busy because they have to build the entire town because everybody else is just stuck on wood cutting. That's alright. One more building, and then I've taken to actually building shelters. I don't like shelters. I'd rather go for the more efficient, like higher resolve housing. But I'm starting to appreciate the fact that like having some housing early on is better than nothing, especially if you're not seeing a penalty for tearing down buildings. Like, there is that one map modifier where you don't get resources back, and in higher prestiges there's a thing where you might not get as many resources back as you put in because the cost goes up, but the refunds stay the same. So we are going to actually move this over here. And we are going to put some housing in that area, right on the edge of where I can fit a nice symmetrical box. There we go. Nice symmetrical box, and away we go. Of course, this is being played on the Friday after Thanksgiving in the Americas, so if you're in the U.S., I hope you had a great weekend. And if you're not in the U.S., this is the day where we eat a lot of... Thanksgiving's the day where we generally get together and eat a lot of food and nominally are grateful for existing. At least that's the experience I had growing up with it. So we'll turn in the 1, and I'm going to actually save the other one because the queen's not very impatient. And if I were... yeah, she still got some impatience, which means we were over 1, and that's fine. But this gives us another building. I love the ranch. I love the ranch, but I don't know how useful it is. Actually, right now, I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking the Trapper's Camp is my best bet. Because the Trapper's Camp is a source of meat, and lizards like working in it. Well, they don't like working in it. It's a meat building, so lizards have a chance for double production, and it can collect eggs. This is before the camp change has gone through. Like, the developers have told us that they're planning on changing how camps work in the near future. So it's going to be small camps, and then you have to unlock larger camps, and they're going to get rid of the overlap. Which, okay, that could be fun. I'm not sure how it's going to work in practice, but it could be fun. But regardless, since we're still in early access, things are still changing. Camps might work totally differently by the time you're seeing this video if you're watching in the future. They've been making updates every 2 weeks, and they've told us they plan to continue doing that into the summer of 2023. So, who knows? Things could be very different. If you aren't in the future, hi from fall of 2022. Glad to see you. Glad to see the world still spinning on and YouTube still exists. So everybody's housed. We're at 0 hostility. We are running out of food. Okay, so it's going to be humans, lizards, and harpies, which is not great because, as I said, I have not unlocked harpy housing. Let's go ahead and get this. So I have some coal that I'd be losing, but +1 to wood production is a massive boost. Gaining global resolve for every 2 impatience points can also be good long term, but I'm going to go with Woodcutter's Prayer just because it is so good to get +1 bonuses. I'm going to go ahead and do this, plus this, like so. That's being worked by lizards. We're going to do this. And then let's go ahead and build ourselves a couple of rain collectors. Maybe we just do 1 rain collector and a kiln. Yeah, 1 rain collector and 1 kiln should be enough to get us started. We're going to give ourselves a... want a smelter. I think we actually want the smelter where I put the housing. I do like the look of how a provisioner lines up nicely like that. You know what? Let's go ahead and put the smelter here. And then I can put a blight post on this side. Right here. Yeah, blight post. That should be a good start. Run some roads along that wall. There we go. The harpies are miserable. Of course they are. So, I mean, part of that's going to be housing. So let's put a house up. And let's actually up this. Do I have to favor you? I have to favor you. That's okay. So favorite, this should take them up to +3. There we go. Oh, +2. Okay, that's close enough. Now, I am a little bit concerned about food, I'm not going to lie, but it's only year 2, and we have a bunch of eggs that we can collect, and we've got lizards working in who have a 10% chance for bonus yields, so we might be okay there. Queen is more than 1 impatient, so I'm going to turn this in. Get the materials needed for a lot of those buildings I just put down. Building materials in packs of crops might be a bit iffy. +3 to Harpy Resolve is solid, though. On the other side, we have biscuits, which I think... Okay, Harpies will eat biscuits. Lizards won't. It's one of the few foods that lizards don't like. But humans would eat biscuits. But it does mean we need biscuit infrastructure or we need to buy it. That's not what I wanted. And we'll have the 6 houses anyway, because I'm definitely going to build those. So this is tempting, but this is also kind of more tempting, because I'm certainly going to do it. And I don't have to pack up stuff and send it out, especially on a map that's kind of known for having food issues. So let's go with the Risky Expedition. And this requires me to build Harpy houses, which again, I do not have the guide for. And then fulfill jerky 50 times, which we're definitely going to do. All 3 of these species eat jerky. Let's go ahead and go this one and hope that we see the Harpy blueprint. Harpy House blueprint. We don't see it yet, obviously, but hopefully we'll see it eventually. Religion is humans and lizards. Education, in this case, is just going to be Harpies. But Sacrament of the Flame, I believe, is the one that lowers hostility? No. Sacrifice... Okay. Sacrifice fuel lasts longer. Chat showed up, and chat is saying Harpies are the worst. I mean, I kind of agree, but the thing with Harpies and Lizards is that they are the 2 that are easiest to get Resolve reputation points from, because they've got such low thresholds that you can actually get quite a few points just from food. So it's just a question of how do you manage their unhappiness early. But yeah, I kind of agree. I'm not a huge fan of Harpies. They are my least favorite race. I'm trying to be fair here, but they are my least favorite race. I'm going to take the Temple. A big part of why I'm taking the Temple is because it's always a good idea to have at least one service building. You can only get the benefit of staffing a service building once, but every hearth needs a service building to hit Tier 3. To hit the tier where it... gives you the bonus chance for extra production. So, it's good to have that. I'm going to go ahead and just make some random fencing. We will move it later, but I'm going to queue it up because it's going to give us a global +2 to resolve, which I would really like to have. I would just love to have that. It would be wonderful if I had that. So once these go up, I think what I'm going to do is put 1 Harpy in the kiln, making bricks. If I have the stuff to make bricks with, I do not have the stuff to make bricks. Never mind. We will put 2 Harpies in the Thingleberry over here. No, we'll have them collect reeds. We'll have them collect reeds, yeah, once this is up. Or maybe it makes sense, you know? Yeah. Let's do this. So the reason I'm doing that is there are a lot of dangerous glade events that require you to have Spark Dew. Like 24 Spark Dew. And so it's a good idea to have some Spark Dew production going before you open a glade. And we are going to open a glade just as soon as the next drizzle hits. Go ahead and move this up this way. There we go. Okay. Let's do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to put these guys in here. Tell them, hey, if you could make jerky out of coal and meat, that'd be great. You are welcome to make bricks as well, but also coal. We're just going to let them make all 3 equally. We're going to get some clay from the reeds over here. but it's not going to be a lot. Let's go ahead and swap out this harpy for a pair of lizards. And we will do no bricks. We're going to set a cap of 20 on each of these and put... let's put a second harpy in here, put a lizard in here. That should work. We're down to hostility 1. We could probably go lower if I wanted to fire these lizards. I don't want to do that because I really like having some wood income for as long as I can manage it. Now you can see there's a little bit of grassland peeking up from between the trees here, which some people have said that it's not good that you can metagame and see farmland on the edges of other glades, but I feel like if it's a glade that you're kind of already adjacent to, it's fine. I don't really like trawl the map looking for other glades to see which ones I should be digging to for farmland, so it should be okay. Now, of course, we're favoring harpies. Humans are already happy enough that they don't mind. And lizards lose happiness so slowly that by the time they're around to the point where they want to leave, we're going to be back in, boom, year 3 drizzle. Okay, let's take a look at what we got. I don't want a lizard for eggs produced. That's just a recipe for disaster. An additional active trade route could be huge for your economy. It can be so big. But I'm actually going to go with fuel recipes being faster, because that's going to let us really lean into making coal. And making coal is going to let us be twice as efficient. Like, so logs burn for 15 seconds per wood. Coal burns for 102, and it takes twice as much wood to make coal. But coal burns for 4 times as long. So you're getting double effectiveness by converting to coal first, plus you've got a chance for double production. Not a big chance. There's no inherent bonus for double production in the building, but you know, if you advance this and if you've unlocked upgrades in the Citadel, you get a chance, which can be very nice. We've got a lot of lizards already. Let's go ahead and take a more balanced pack of people. We're going to go ahead and rotate this to face the tree line. Okay, you're still working. I want to keep you there. I'm actually going to fire that guy. We've got 12 spark too. That should be solid. And I do want to keep them getting reads. So let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, and we'll leave this one unworked for now. Oh. I told them that we needed to avoid glades except marked. Oh, Chat's got a new job as a psych nurse. Hey, congratulations on the new job. I mean, that doesn't sound like a pleasant job to have to do. But, congratulations anyway. Then again, now that I'm thinking about it, there aren't many jobs that are pleasant. So, comment was worthless, but congratulations anyway. Okay, living matter. Okay, so living matter is going to eat my food, and that's rough, but it's either that or I take a massive resolve hit, and besides, hey, it's free amber. That's nice. Sea marrow's good. Chest of ancient tablets. This will sell for a pretty penny, a gorgeous dime, as it were. You know, inflation. We gotta upgrade our statements to keep up with the rising cost of goods and stuff. Oh wow, that is a lot of copper ore. Okay, we're gonna be able to make copper roads, and that is always a good time. I think I can squeeze a trading post right there. Trapper's camp has nothing nearby. Well, that is unfortunate, especially since nothing over there gives us food, and I didn't take any farming buildings. Is that reeds? Yeah, that's the new reed field. Okay. So I don't have a farm, but just in case I get a farm in the future, I'm going to open up this farm field. So let's go ahead and just shooby-doo, dee-doop, dee-doo. That. Now you'll notice I didn't staff it, and that was intentional. I want my workforce building the market first, and then we are going to wait as long as possible before buying any food. And the reason I'm waiting as long as possible is because the living matter will eat any food that's sitting around. Another set of orders. Okay, cosmetics and bathhouse. Need for religion 60 times. Okay. I'm going to go with this. And the reason I'm going to... Oh, this is definitely something I will end up doing, so it'd be very useful. But I'm going to go with this. For one thing, +3 global resolve is nice. But for another, both humans and lizards like religion. So this will give me a whole lot of resolve to work on. It's relatively quick, and I've already got a building that lets me fulfill the religion need once I have the incense. So that's solid. Okay, open 3 caches seems decent if I can finish getting a tool infrastructure set up. Love to do that. Good friends, I believe this is get 2... Yeah, staying level 2 with trade routes, which means I'd have to do a lot of trade routes. Not that I don't want to do trade routes, so that's solid. Lizard resolve, ooh, +2 meat production. That can be great, but I don't know if I want to commit to having 5 more lizards. Let's go with good friends. Now at this point I should have some coal. I do, so we're going to switch over to burning coal and not wood. Harvester's Camp has no deposits nearby, but there is reeds right here. Right there. That's excellent. Let's go ahead and schedule a lizard house here. And we're going to have to use shelters for harpy housing, which I don't love, but that's what you got to do. Okay, now woodcutting movement speed is great, as is clay production. This is fantastic. But as I said earlier, I'll need food, so I can't justify doing that just yet. But also, I'm going to wait as long as possible to buy it. Because, well, this is where food is disappearing constantly. Could I have timed the market better? Possibly. Possibly. Okay. That's as close as I'm willing to take that. So let's go ahead and go here. And what we're going to do is... I'm going to keep my 1 tool. I might need that later. I like having the plants available. We're going to want to make cloth somehow. But we're getting really good wood production. I'm going to go ahead and sell 300 of it. And we are going to buy just a ton of insects. Just as many insects as we can. Let's go ahead and get all the insects. And when we do that, I think what I'm going to do, you know, I think I'm actually willing to sell this tool. And some more wood. Oh, wow, look at that. Perfectly even. Okay. So we trade that, and that's going to give us some food, which is not nearly enough food, but it's going to be some, and that's good. That's solid. Let's go ahead and run a road around the backside here. Now, what else do we have? We've got a smelter already up. We need bricks to make... Oh, we don't need bricks. We need planks. Okay, okay. Let's go ahead and do this then. Make some planks. These guys should finish any second now. Well, bam. That's nice. Yes, I do watch the Spiffing Brit, as well as Real Civil Engineer. So if you hear me, you know, saying things that you've heard other streamers say, I've probably seen the streamer. Like, I watch people, their vocabulary gets stuck in my head. It just happens. Like, you know how it is. It just happens. You know, you become like those you hang around. And when what you hang around is the internet, you start... Oh god, I hope I don't become like the internet. That sounds awful. But I'm very careful about what parts of the internet I hang around because of this. I believe I've said previously, I play League of Legends. But as a friend of mine explained to me today, you have to play League of Legends with friends. It's like hunting. Hunting with your friends is fun. But if you go hunting alone, it's just you out there killing animals by yourself, and that's kind of... it's not a good look. Okay. Let's go ahead and... whoop. We'll do that. Now, I'm focusing on lizard housing because humans are pretty content as a race in this game. And you'll notice people are super unhappy. Well, that's because I haven't fired anyone this year. Honestly, it's weird that layoffs increase happiness, but they do, and significantly. So, layoffs it is. Let's go ahead and fire these guys. I'm going to actually rotate this around that way, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark these trees, and I'm going to be extra spicy and mark these trees. So no one right now is chopping wood. Nobody at all. But we also have... yeah, we're getting a little bit, which means... oh, no, the Queen's impatience isn't growing faster because we don't have that high of hostility. I've been trying to be famous on TikTok. Okay, well, good luck with that. There's some really creative people on TikTok, but I don't know. I don't have TikTok. I didn't feel like I needed that. I probably should, but you know, it'd be another way for me to promote the stuff I'm making. I don't know if you know this, but I have designed a card game based on the movement of the sun through the zodiac. Because I think astrology is fascinating, and hey, it's you know, fun. I just post lifting videos. Okay. All right. Ooh. Okay. I kind of have to go Smuggler's Visit. As much as I love Without Restrictions, the Smuggler's Visit is just so very good. Because we've got a smelter, right, which is going to let us make copper bars, and we need the ability to make tools. We also kind of need harpy houses. But I think more important than harpy houses is the ability to make tools. And I'm feeling we should take out two birds with one stone by getting a carpenter, which will also give us the ability to make more efficient planks. Let's go ahead and line this up this way. So this just needs 5 planks and 2 cloth. So let's set a limit here of 5 planks. And we are going to say we want to do this first. We want to do this before anything else I've queued up. Sounds interesting. Yeah, it's just a simple trick-taking game, but the idea is that you lay out one set of cards in the circle of the zodiac, and you put a sun and a moon down, and the positions of the sun and the moon change how the other cards are valued. And on your turn, when you're playing a card, you can either choose between playing a card to try to win the trick and get points that way, or to just shift the relative value of cards and hopefully make your hand better in the future. But other people can also play those cards. It's very hard to predict. I tried to make a game that was relatively simple to explain, like the rules are one page, but that had a lot of replayability and that you couldn't really optimize. Because I think if you want to play a social game with other people, optimization is bad. You don't want there to be one specific... Are you kidding me? You're seeing this, right? Living Matter? Wow, the map does not want me to have food. My word. Maybe I should have taken a farm. Now this will give me food, but I'm not going to turn it in. The reason I'm not going to turn it in is because Living Matter eats my food. Okay, what's this? Right. Okay. Okay, game. Why do you hate me? So this is a new event, the Destroyed Cage of the War Beast, and if I don't deal with it, then it's going to permanently increase the hostility of the forest, and all of the future caravans come Slower. Starving builds character. Yes. I guess that's how this goes. Future caravans, basically a war beast will come out there and eat villagers, and that's not great. But if I pick it, like as soon as I start working this thing, we are going to spawn 2 or 3 pieces of living matter immediately. Which do not pass go, do not collect $200. So I guess we're going to start doing that immediately. And I'm going to go with tools and planks. And the reason I'm doing that is because tools are very good. You know, I'm not actually going to... I'm going to go tools. I want to go tools. I want to go tools, so I'm going tools. And that immediately spawned... Oh, okay, 3. Yep, we got 3. Wonderful. So let's go ahead and fire these lizards, which will lower hostility to the forest and make it a little easier to deal with stuff. So we can also work the living matter. So that's getting investigated. That's getting investigated. That's getting investigated. Okay. We have plenty of fuel. In fact, we have so much fuel. We're going to go ahead and lower the hostility further, because people are already going to be miserable from not being able to eat. I don't really want to make them more miserable by not... when I don't have to. We're not happy burning anything. Everyone, well, almost everyone has a house. It'll be okay for a bit. And now everyone is working. I'm going to tell it to try to speed up the production, which is what Sea Marrow does. For every set of Sea Marrow, you get 25% increased working speed. Now, I've only got 25, so it's only going to last for like a minute 15, but that should significantly help with these, which don't take very long. The War Beast. Oh, no, that's going too. Solid, 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 solid. So that's going to shorten the amount of time where it's eating my food, which means then I can put people on collecting food, and we can get food from events, and Trader is going to come at some point. Okay. I think we're okay. And if nothing else, we're definitely going to get the late events completed. Oh, did they finish up here? Nice. And that gives us actually more Sea Marrow. Done, done, done. Wonderful. Okay. Done. Nice. All right. So that event worked, which means I can rehire my lizards, which immediately makes people unhappy, but that's okay. We're going to turn in this order, which is going to give us food and some stone. And we are going to use that stone to make bricks, because I'm going to need them. Okay, now I don't need a lumber mill at this point, right? Because I've got a way to make planks at 2 stars. The scrolls would be good for the harpies, but it's not worth that. Now we know we are going to need... We have the ability to make jerky. We need the ability to make incense, so the apothecary is really looking appealing to me. Not the market so much. The market only gives us bonus for cleanliness. We don't get luxury without beavers. So we're going to go with the apothecary here. And it's a 3x3? Yeah, it's a 3x3. That's going to be a temple. That's going to be the archaeologist's office. Let's go ahead and put the apothecary, I think, here. Harpy resolve is low. Trader is still on his way. Let's go ahead and boost Harpy happiness. And now we're going to go a step further, and we're going to put 2 lizards in here. We're going to say, hey, only out of coal, but make 10. And the reason we're sticking it to 10 is because I don't want to have it use all of my fuel. I still want to keep some fuel in reserve. Okay, another set of orders. Let's take a look. 40 spark to and sell. Well, I mean, we're almost here already, but we're almost here already too. And +1 planks is great. I am always, 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 always a proponent of flat bonus production. So let's go with Advanced District. Which, what exactly was that order? 2 hubs. Okay, so we need a second hub to be able to do that. But that's okay. We'll get a second hub. I can unfavor the lizards now, and we can actually put a 3rd lizard in the blight fighting post. Let's drop a pair of humans on collecting roots. How's this going? Nice. Now, you no longer make planks, so we're actually going to fire you. And how much spark do I have? I have 104. I don't need 104. Here, get out. Get out. What we're going to do is we're going to fire this guy. And I know technically the crude workstation does not count as a fabric building, so Harpies are not getting their boost to resolve for working on fabric in it, but I still like to just put them in there so that they've got, like, so that I know they're already working on that kind of infrastructure, and then if I get a better fabric building, I can move them out pretty easily. I really like the new park building. Park decoration? I'm not quite sure what I should call that. I like the new park. I don't like the garden. The garden has a twitchy moving watering can, like a mechanical watering can that I'm just not a fan of. Okay, again, I keep harping on it, but +1 production is huge. So that's what we're doing. Let's go ahead and buy some bricks. Nothing else here is phenomenal. So let's buy some bricks and maybe buy some fabric. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell 76 spark 2, which is more than enough for any glade event that I'm going to come across. I'm also, because I've got 40 crystallized dew here and we've got a smelter to let us turn copper into copper bars, I'm not fussed about having these tools, so we're going to sell them. Events. Standing level. And let's sell my ancient tablets while we're at it. And if I'm selling my ancient tablets, maybe I don't need to sell my tools. Yeah. In fact, I don't need to sell this much spark too. One more. Perfect. Okay. Now we have a bunch of building materials, so we can make some specialized housing, which will be very nice. Right. Everybody's unhappy. That's okay, though. Let's go ahead and pop this over here. Fire these guys. Alright, nobody's working this one either. Now we're at the point where I kind of need to lower hostility, I think. One's not going to do it, and I can't really do wood because it's 40 per minute. I think we can do wood. Yeah, let's go all the way down to 0 hostility. That seems good. We're burning a lot of coal. Yeah, that should work. That should work to get us the rest of the way. Okay, so we need 4 decorations. Does this count as comfort? Huh, okay. See, what's weird about that is this counts as comfort. This counts as aesthetics. and it counts as 4 aesthetics. So, you know, let's go ahead and put one down and you can see what I'm talking about. Told you we'd move this fence later. There we go. Now, of course, I do have these tools. And let's go ahead. It's all about the aesthetics. Yes, yes it is. So let's go ahead and do this. Just because I desperately need food. Investigate. Let's put these lizards back in here. Excuse me. Yes, like that. These lizards back in here. I'm gonna stop burning coal, which is gonna make people super unhappy. And if I unfavor these guys, that should work. Okay. I need packs of building materials, and I don't believe any of the buildings that I got do it. Yeah, so we're going to need a makeshift post. Just to go ahead and wang that out, let's pop this right here. Harvester's camp has no deposits nearby. Well, that is okay. We'll just move the Harvester's camp back here in this corner. Fire these 2 lizards and move over here to collect the stone marrow. Meanwhile, I'm also going to construct a mine. And you know what? Let's construct a second mine right there. Harpy resolve is low. Well, yes, of course, we don't have any food. Okay, he's not going to give us any more food. The only food that we can get is from roots right now, which is not great. Wait, what's this? Swamp wheat field. Okay. Do I have a forager's camp? It's a trapper's camp. I do not have a forager's camp. Okay. When does this guy show up? 7 minutes. I think that's a bit late. Yeah, because that would not be until next year, and we are out of food kind of now. It's a problem immediately. Let's go ahead and put some humans here. And put some lizards over here. You know what? Let's make this one of each. Just because I want more wood. Oh, no. Make this out of planks. There you go. Got a bunch of unhappy people. We'll just call immediately. Because we need to be able to buy some food. He doesn't have food. Okay. He doesn't have food. Well, that's a bit of a problem. So, if he doesn't have food, I'm not quite sure what we can do about it. He could have had food, but he doesn't. Okay. So, okay. Let's go ahead and, I guess, temple is religion and education. Well, we can get education. Okay. Now, since we can't do food, really, like, all I can do to manage my happiness is take people off of wood cutting, I think? But if I do that, then I can't make coal. Okay, fire these people. Let's get down to 4 at least. And with the ability to now put people in a temple, that is going to let us provide education to the Harpies, so I shouldn't have to favor them. At least for now. Because they're going to start being able to get this. And that is going to increase quite a lot. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So, still no real source of food. That's a problem. But, okay. Don't have any tools to deal with it. I don't have any tools to deal with it either. Okay, so with bricks and cloth, that lets us make more lizard houses. So I might as well make more lizard houses. Because right now I only have 4, which is 8 lizards out of the 16 getting their preferred house. So let's go ahead and get the other 8. Could be nice. Could be nice. We'll go ahead and put... Are any of these... No. No, they aren't. But I did say I needed packs of building materials, right? I did say that, yes. We can do it with just straight up copper. So what if I put some people in a copper mine? Oh, you should not be making packs of luxury goods. My word, don't do it at all. Okay, that is going to cover that. That's already not working. Fire 1 there, that gets us down to hostility 3, which is pretty good. Now let's take our last order, have 18 lizards. Well, we're almost there already, and it will give us free food. So let's just go ahead and take that one, because hopefully that's going to be enough. People are pretty miserable. Can't afford to fire anyone else. We are at... Yeah. Is this the max level? Yeah, we don't have any more than that we can unlock. So I need to start looking at a second hub. Okay. Can't fit it over here. Can we rebuild this? Let's go ahead and rebuild this. Quick. I think I'm going to lose people. I'm not a fan of losing people, but I don't see another option because I can't really lower the hostility of the 4th. Okay, so like if I do this, then it doesn't matter if we run out of coal, right? And then if I burn a coal and fire 1 more woodcutter, we're down to hostility 2. And that's going to be just enough to get us through the rest of the storm. Oh my word. Okay. Okay. Alright. We're doing fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. We're all good here. We are all good here. This is great. This is fantastic. We are going to go ahead and get lizards to get up to the 18 lizards that we need to have. I'm going to hire some lizards over here. I'm gonna hire some harpies over here. And that's gonna tank our resolve. We're not gonna turn off trading. That sounds terrible. We're not gonna do the small distillery because I'm not really producing crystallized dew on this map. It's not free. So let's go ahead and do exploration training because we've got two species that like brawling, and if we can make brawling happen, then that'd be excellent. Let's go in here. We're not going to do it with that. We're going to do it with bricks. We're going to do it with everything. That's fine. We're going to say I think it's 5. It is 5. Go. So that should be a solid start. That gives us some food, which will clear the hunger negatives that we're currently seeing. Looks like we're getting a plantation, folks. Looks like we are getting a plantation. Because it's the only farm that I can get right now. But hey, you know what? It's a farm, and that is good. That is a source of food. Let's get it. I didn't even see these berries over here. That's good to know. If you'll bear with me just a moment. Great thing about going through a thing is I can pause my recording if I need to blow my nose, so you don't have to hear that. But we should be back now. Yep, I'm seeing microphones back on. That's great. We're going to put 2 humans in the plantation immediately. And we're going to say, you know what, just do berries, because berries are a kind of food, and we need a kind of food. Doesn't matter what kind of food, we just need some manner of food. Meanwhile, that's all looking better. Good, good, good. We have a mine. We've got... Yep. We lost a lizard woodcutter. I didn't even see that. That's so bad. That's going to be a massive point hit, because that's 100 points I'm not getting. Like, dude, you're getting ahead of yourself. You don't get any points if you lose. I mean, you get some, but I mean, if I lose, I have to start over entirely. So let's not do that, shall we? We've got 3 woodcutters. We've got 3 woodcutters. We've got 3 woodcutters. Great. We have production going on the carpenter. We have 22 fabric. That's fine. You're all set. We need to be clearing out. You know, I think... I'm not sure what we need right now. Flour is probably a good call. As is packs of provision. No, not packs of provisions, but flour is a good call. Let's go ahead and put a harpy in there. No. Okay, where do I have harpies right now? Okay. First off, we're going to clear this out. We're going to make this lizards. We're going to make this humans. We're going to make this harpies. Incense with coal is the most efficient there. We're not going to make any cosmetics yet because I don't have anywhere to use them. And we're going to say that you want to make some biscuits with flour. Now, where are we going to get the flour? We're going to have a lizard making the flour out of the grain that we have currently. So we will get some biscuits going. I didn't cap you on planks. Let's put a cap of 100 planks. And say that they can make tools out of whatever, as long as it's also using planks. That should be fine. Now let's go over here and say bricks. I want a cap of 100 bricks. But we're not capping either of the other 2 things that you make there. That's fine. We are going to fire this harpy, because we no longer need this. Okay. So I've got a building that makes tools. I don't think I've got a building that makes coats. I'm feeling the artisan here. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the artisan here. So we're going with an artisan. We're going to move this up here. We're going to plop an artisan right where it was, because it'll make a nice city block. We're going to leave that house for now because I don't have anywhere to replace it with. Like, I haven't expanded out enough to be able to make myself a second hearth. But we are going to want to open up this glade next drizzle. Okay. Do I have any obvious jobs that I could fill with somebody? Not so much. So I guess that means we're going to put on the ore. Now, I do think ore has a chance of producing something else, too. Clay. Wonderful. So let's drop some lizards in a mine. And, you know, I can actually just outright boost this mine. The second one would require tools, which I don't have. But that's fine. We'll get tools. We took the thing that gives us, you know, +1 tool production and +1 copper production, so that's pretty solid. We'll be able to get copper. I don't need the copper yet because we got all of those other, like the spark dew crystals from the pile of living matter we had to clear. But food's in a little bit more stable position. We're in year 6. We're not doing terribly. Like, it was a bit rough when we had all those living matters eating all of our food. Oh, hey, Jorg. Wonderful. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce his name, but I think it's Jorg. And you've got food. You've got a farm. Oh, my word, Jorg. You spoil me. Okay, so I want all of this. 30. So that's 64. We need 64. We have 25. So we need, what is that, 39? 39 plus 25, yes. So we basically need all this. I am completely willing to sell you tools, Jorg. You want tools? Wonderful. Jorg, would you like some pigment? You would. Excellent. I love giving you. And how about some reeds? I can sell you all these reeds and this plant fiber. That's great. I can grow plant fiber now. That's phenomenal. Oh, you want fuel? Well, I've got a lovely deal on sea marrow I can offer you. Okay, now we're in a really good place. Like that, Jorg's arrival is the end of starvation in our city. This bakery is really inconveniently located. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do that, and we're actually going to say we only want wheat in this farm field. Now, like, dude, but you can eat vegetables. Yes, but I don't have anywhere where I can make skewers currently. At least I don't think. Let's check our recipes. Yeah, I don't have anywhere I can make skewers currently. And none of the other stuff here uses vegetables for it, and vegetables are inefficient anyway. So we are going to not. It occurs to me that this is inconveniently located. Let's go ahead and mark these trees first. And we're going to look for anywhere I can get 2 humans to work that farm field. And it looks like all of my humans that I've got loose are in the temple. So congratulations, you are no longer miners, you are now priests. That's how this goes now. And you're fired. And you're fired. And first off, that. But of course you are also, obviously, fired. So that gets us down to hostility 4. We have quite a bit of fuel saved up. And the great thing about the temple is that goods sacrificed burn longer. So instead of sacrificing 20, it's only 16 per minute. which makes it a lot more viable, or 32 per minute instead of 40, which makes it a lot more viable to do stuff like this and knock our hostility way down. I can drop 2 humans in here now. And now that we have access to wheat, I'm actually willing to have these guys do plant fiber. That one's pretty good because I want to put my next hearth, I think, there. I think there looks really great. So we are going to move our unused camps out of the way. Oh hey, you're out of roots. That's fine. There are plenty of roots right up here for you. Check that out. Okay, and then we're going to move this. There we go. So, okay. I like the garden. I think the garden's pretty. I don't like the... Or, sorry, I like the park. I think the park's pretty. I don't like the garden because the garden has this, like, weird watering can that just moves around. I don't think the gardening can is pretty. I think it looks kind of silly with its rolling gears. And, like, where's its power source? What is powering this thing? It is... I don't know. It just feels like nonsense to me. But I mean, basically this is the only time we can complain about it. The devs have been really good about making a lot of excellent content. So, like, that was it. That was me whining about content I'm not going to use much, and then I'm just going to stop using it. And everything is fine. Like, you don't have to use stuff you don't like. It's a great thing about games. We're going to put a warehouse here to get the output of that farm pretty much immediately. This looks like a nice mix. Stop doing that. Raise this up to 20. How are we looking? I think we're looking pretty good. Yes, we're going to take the meat production boost. Because now that we have a wheat farm, we're going to use the wheat farm to power a ranch. And actually, yeah. Let's move this right on top of that sea marrow. Let's put some humans in here. Lizard resolve is low, but that's kind of okay. Kind of okay with that. I forgot to highlight these trees. And we are going to move this a bit. What I'm going to do is I just realized I don't like where this road is. So we're going to slide the road in one. We're going to delete all of this. We don't need that. And we are going to pop a ranch right here. We are going to go over here and we're going to say, hey, when we make fabric, not that I need to yet, but when we do, we are going to make it strictly out of leather because the ranch is going to use the other types to make leather. And then we're going to use wheat to make meat and wheat to make eggs. And meat is going to give us the ability to make jerky. There we go. Okay, termite mounds. That's solid. It's going to be miserable for a little bit, but I think we can tank this. I think we'll be alright. If I use... Yeah, let's use tools, because I feel like tools are my easiest... No, let's use sea marrow. We're going to convert this into a termite nest, which is going to give us a constant in-stream of insects. Now, as soon as I investigate this, everyone's happiness goes way down. But, on the other hand, I have a decent amount of things I can use to deal with that. For one thing, that'll lower hostility. That'll lower hostility. I'm going to try to do this twice, which might be a bit overkill. Yeah. And I've got a lot of sea marrow, so we're going to burn some sea marrow too, to work it faster. We're not going to work sea marrow yet. We can't burn sea marrow until we actually deliver the sea marrow to the nest to make sure I have enough. There we go. Now I can burn sea marrow. You know, what if instead I fire these guys? And then we don't burn wood. That's not good. I'm out of... Okay. Okay. So I can't keep harpies happy enough. I don't think. Yeah, I can't afford to do that. So we're just going to lose some harpies, and we're just going to live with that fact. And we're not going to lose any humans, but we might lose some lizards. We're just going to deal. We're going to lose a lot of harpies. We're going to lose a lot of harpies. This is not great. But I don't think I'm going to lose from this, so I think we're okay. Harpy Scout left. Yeah, we can't have that. We really need to keep people working this. Okay. No, can't afford to do that. Okay, there we go. Well, not great. Lizard priest left. Okay. Okay. It's not pretty. But we just lost a ton of people. We got a lot of impatience from that. But I think we might be able to salvage this. The problem is we have no food. Somehow. Well, of course, that's not making food. And this hasn't been making food yet because it hasn't had flour. Yeah, rip harpies indeed. Yeah, we're not kidding. But I think our food issues are about to go away, so we're just going to let harpies keep leaving. It's just how this is going to go until it stabilizes. But it will stabilize, and it's going to stabilize very soon. It will. Okay. What can I be doing right now? Well, I've got 31 tools. So let's go ahead and start doing stuff with those tools. I am feeling... Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. But we're not going to do it. First off. Secondly, I can't wait till after the storm. Yeah, favoring people doesn't work when they're this hungry. And I still can't buy any food. Are you kidding me? Why did none of these traders have food? I need you to have food, and you don't have food, and that's a problem for me. Okay. There's literally nothing here. Like, calling this guy early did nothing for me. I could buy flour. I could buy flour. We can make fuel burn longer. Oh, we can gain amber when people leave or die. Let's do that, because apparently they are leaving. If they're gonna leave anyway, we might as well get something out of it, right? Let's go ahead and fire that lizard. He doesn't need to be doing what he's doing. We have plenty of food going on. I kind of sold all of my tools, which isn't great, because I haven't been mining yet, but I feel like we should. We're losing so many harpies. But I mean, that did give us like 10 amber, so that's nice. I'm getting a lot of impatience. This is real bad. It's real bad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I think I can turn this around, but it's not gonna be quick. Okay. Fire them. Fire them. People are still hungry. But, like, they're producing food, which is great. They're not, but that's okay. We don't have any meat. And you don't have anything we can put in the biscuits. Let's go ahead and say you can put berries and that in there. So that'll be fine. We fired almost all of our woodcutters. Let's go ahead and get the rest of them real quick. Lower that as much as possible. And with the discount to sacrificing, I can get us down to 3 at least. Unfavor of them. But that's not enough. Okay. Still not enough. We need to be eating stuff. Well, we're kind of in free fall. At least we're getting a lot of amber, but the queen is steadily gaining more and more impatience, and it's bad. So that's pretty much where we're going to have to end this episode. Let's go ahead and take a screenshot, and I'm not even going to pretty this one up. I'm just going to take this screenshot that shows my complete and utter free fall that we're going through right now. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and get all the way through the storm. Yep, I know. Yeah, this is a problem. It's a major problem, and I shouldn't be burning anything if I'm losing people this fast anyway. Yep. Oh no, we're not. The game's not over. Game is far from over. But the the first video that I'm making out of this stream is over. So if you sat around this long, I very much appreciate all the time and attention. I know it's a long time to sit and listen to me talk about a game as I play it, even if it is a kind of relaxing game, and even if I'm not playing it very well, I'm really glad that you're here, and I'd really like it if I saw you in the next one. Know that I am streaming this every Friday at 9:30 p.m. Consistently, and I try to do one other stream a week. It was Monday. Next week it's going to be Tuesday, just because I've got something happening Monday. But like Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, I will do a second stream pretty consistently for another town. If you want to catch me live, of course, all previous episodes are on YouTube coming up the week after they are recorded. So you are a little bit behind if you're on YouTube, but hey, you can always catch up, see things in the back, and you can pause and see exactly what I'm doing, read through stuff if you want to at your leisure. I would love if you gave me a like or subscribe or made any kind of comment, suggestion, question. I love those, and I respond to pretty much all of them because we don't have a big channel yet. And in fact, I'm still one follow on Twitch away from affiliate status, which I would love to have. Anyway, I am the Dread Canary. I'm glad you're here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day.